In this lesson, we're going to look at how to set up the header and footer. However, because we'll be adding in a logo and a table, we'll also look at particular aspects of using images and tables as well. So please download the files that are attached to this lesson before proceeding. You'll also need to continue using the Word file that you've been working on throughout this course. The first thing we're going to do is set up the margins. Go to the Layout tab, click on the Margins button, and then the Custom Margins button. In this dialog box, make sure the Margins tab is active and then enter the margins as follows. 4 centimeters, left and right should be 3.5 centimeters, and bottom is 4 centimeters. It's common for a corporate letterhead template to have a header and footer on page 1 that's different to the rest of the document, so let's set this up now. On page 1, go to the Insert tab. Press the Header button and choose Edit Header at the bottom of the drop-down menu. Tick the Different First Page checkbox in the Header and Footer tab to turn it on. You can see the grey tabs on the page change to First Page Header and First Page Footer. In the Header and Footer tab, click on the Picture from File button and find the logo file that you downloaded from this lesson. With the logo selected, change the width to 1.5 centimeters. You can do this by going to the Picture Format button and changing the value in the width field. Now we need to change its position. There are a number of ways you can change the position of a picture in Microsoft Word. If you want to have the freedom to move it to wherever you want, first look at the text wrap setting. With the logo selected, go to the Picture Format tab and click on the Wrap Text button. Choose In Front of Text. Next, click on the Position button, then on More Layout Options at the bottom. You should see both dials in this dialog box are currently on absolute position. Click on both of these if this is not the case. In desktop publishing packages, it's easy to position the top left corner of an object to specific coordinates. You can do the same thing here in this dialog box in Microsoft Word. On the right of the absolute position dials, you'll see a drop-down menu. Change both of them to Page. Next, enter your measurements. The horizontal section controls where the left edge of an object is, moving from left to right. The logo should be 1 centimeter from the left edge of the page, so enter 1 centimeter in the field. Now you can see it says the object will be 1 centimeter to the right of the page. The vertical section controls where the top edge of an object is, moving up and down. Again, the logo should be 1 centimeter from the top edge of the page, so enter 1 centimeter in the field. Now it reads 1 centimeter below page. If you want to fix an image in place and make it less likely to move around randomly, deselect Move Object with Text. Click OK to finish. When we scroll down to page 2, we can see the header and footer are empty. And of course that's the case because we did ask Microsoft Word to make the first page different to the rest of the document. However, we do want the logo to appear in the rest of the file. So what I'd like you to do is in page 1, select the logo, copy it, go down to page 2, click in the header and then paste. Just a simple paste. Now as you can see, the two logos are not in the same place, and we can confirm this by going to the Picture Format tab, clicking on the Position button, then More Layout Options, and there we can see neither of these fields say 1 centimeter. Now what we're not going to do is to re-enter the numbers. There's actually a better way of doing this, so let's undo this paste. Let's go back up to page 1. I'd like you to move your cursor to the left edge of the page until the cursor turns into a black arrow pointing slightly to the right. Click the page to make the selection, copy, and then scroll back to page 2, click in the header and then paste. And now we can see the two logos are in the same position. Let's confirm this by clicking on the logo on page 2. We'll go to the picture format tab, then position, then more layout options, and here we can see both fields say 1 centimetre. Now what's the difference? Well, it's because of this little symbol here called an anchor. What I'd like you to do is to go to the Home tab and turn on this button, the Show Hide Formatting Marks button. This sort of backwards P looking symbol is called a paragraph marker. This shows us where our paragraphs are. Objects like an image, a shape or a chart, they all have anchors. Now if you remember, when we were adding this image in, our cursor was clicked inside the header. Our header only has one paragraph. So when we insert an image, its anchor is literally dropped in to the paragraph where our cursor is. So our cursor is always going to be here. This is why when we select the paragraph, we're also selecting the anchor and the image as well. So this anchor and paragraph have a lot more detail, so when we go and paste into another paragraph, we're carrying all that information over and it will paste in the same position. If you're an Adobe InDesign user, you're probably familiar with the command paste in place, so this works in a similar way. Once you've done this, press the escape key twice to finish. Let's finish off this template by putting in some content in the headers and footers. Go to the Insert tab, click on the Table button and create a table with 2 columns and 1 row. Select the whole table, and in the Table Design tab, you're going to click on the Borders arrow and choose No Border. The next thing you'll do is click on the Table Layout button and click on Cell Margins. Make all the margins 0. Next, you need your address and footer file open for this. So let's go to that now and click on the address, the telephone, email and website line and copy. Then go back into the template and paste this text in the cell on the right. Let's bring up the Home tab, select all of the text or in fact the whole cell and click on the address style. And then next we're going to go to the Table Layout tab and click on this icon, which is going to align all the text to the right. Now we're going to add another table to the first page footer. Again, go to the Insert tab, click on the Table button and create another table with 2 columns and 1 row. Again, select the whole table and just click on the Borders button because that's already formatted to give a no borders look. Go back to the address and footer file and select just the second line where the footer text is and go back and paste this in to the cell on the left. And let's get rid of this extra paragraph. And then here is the cell on the right. So what we're going to do here is type the word page and then press the spacebar key. Go to the header and footer tab and we're actually going to go to field. Now I know the page number button is here, but we're actually going to use field instead. And then click on the pane on the right and press P to get us to page, and then we'll click OK. Now the reason for that is when we zoom in we can see the page number is actually part of the text, so that makes it a lot easier to format and move about how we want. Go back to Table Layout and we're going to align this text over to the right. Now for the eagle-eyed of you, you can see that there's a slight misalignment here. So we're going to select the whole table and go to the Layout tab. You can see what the issue is here. This tells us that the space before and after settings in the selection are not the same. So let's go and put both of them at 0 points, and now they're aligned properly. Let's zoom back out, and on page 2 all we're going to do is add the footer to page 2. So let's select all of it, copy, scroll down, click inside the page 2 footer and paste. Now you can see all of that is in the same place. And that's it. Now you know the basics of how to create a letterhead template inside Microsoft Word for Mac.